When Officer Jacob Harris took the stand, the room stilled, not with respect, but with the hush before a storm. Every eye fixed on him, waiting. He looked down, hands clenched, lips pressed tight. Judge Elena Morris's gavel tapped, sharp as lightning. "Officer Harris, please answer the question." The accused, Ethan Cole, sat hunched, eyes darting between Harris and the judge. This was not the silence of a man with nothing to say. This was the silence of a man who could not speak. Judge Elena Morris presided, her presence commanding yet fair. She wore her robe like armor, silver hair pulled back, eyes keen as a hawk. The jury waited, anxious faces searching for clues in the silence. The stakes were clear. Ethan Cole's freedom hung in the balance. His mother clung to hope, knuckles white on her purse. Defense lawyer Sarah Bennett moved with purpose, her voice velvet and steel. All eyes returned to Officer Harris, the witness meant to tie the story together, yet he offered only silence. Sarah Bennett's questions were pointed, slicing through the tension. "Officer Harris, did you see Ethan Cole at the scene?" No answer. "Did you collect the evidence yourself?" Not even a nod. The jury shifted, some whispering behind raised hands. Judge Morris's patience thinned, her brow furrowing. The prosecutor, Mr. Green, tried to rephrase, coax, urge. Still nothing. Officer Harris's jaw set harder, his gaze fixed on a spot only he could see. Sweat beaded at his temples. Every silent second screamed with questions. Was he protecting someone? Was he hiding guilt? Sarah walked closer, softening her tone. "Officer Harris, the truth matters here. Can you help us?" His hand trembled, just once, before he folded it back into his lap. The courtroom felt colder, as if someone had opened a window to a winter night. Confusion turned to frustration. Some muttered about contempt. Others wondered what could make a police officer, a man sworn to serve, refuse to speak. Something deep was at play, and everyone could sense it. The silence became a living thing, dense, pressing, almost suffocating. Ethan's mother cried quietly, hope wavering. The prosecutor fumbled his papers, thrown off by Harris's refusal. Judge Morris leaned in, searching for a crack in Harris's armor. Sarah watched Officer Harris with new eyes. She noticed his foot tapping, his eyes darting, and his fingers pressing a gold wedding band. Harris looked at Ethan, regret flickering across his face. He wasn't defiant. He was afraid. The courtroom buzzed with whispers. The silence grew heavier. Now, it was the truth itself on trial. Sarah Bennett would not let the silence win. That night, she replayed every detail. Harris's shaking hand, his pale face, the glances behind him. She reviewed the files over and over, looking for what everyone else missed. Something was wrong with the evidence. Some reports were missing timestamps. Others were copies of copies. She returned to court the next morning with new resolve. On cross-examination, she asked, "Is there any reason you cannot answer, Officer Harris?" His eyes filled with tears, but his lips stayed sealed. Suddenly she caught Harris's glance toward the evidence table, then to a locked cabinet near the bailiff. Sarah requested access to the police body cam footage, insisting on the original files, not the versions in evidence. The prosecutor objected. but Judge Morris agreed. The bailiff unlocked the cabinet, and a hush fell as the reel video was cued. Sarah's heart pounded. This was the break she'd hoped for. The silence was about to be shattered. The truth waited, just beneath the surface. The screen flickered to life. At first, static. Then the scene. The night of Ethan's arrest. All flashing lights and hurried voices. In the official evidence, the sound had been lost. But the original untouched video had it all. Officer Harris's voice, shaking, could be heard. "This isn't right. He didn't do it." The camera caught another officer, Sergeant Doyle, slipping something into a bag, then whispering to Harris, "Keep quiet, or else." The threat was clear, direct, and chilling. Harris's silence was not his choice. The courtroom gasped. Sarah felt tears prick her eyes. Ethan stared at the screen, hope blooming on his face for the first time. Judge Morris's gavel slammed down as outrage echoed through the room. The cover-up was out. Harris turned to the gallery, relief and sorrow mixing in his eyes. At that moment, Officer Harris's silence spoke louder than 1,000 words. The truth, at last, could not be hidden. Judge Morris's voice cut through the chaos. "The case against Ethan Cole is dismissed. Further investigation into evidence tampering will begin immediately." Her words were firm, but her eyes softened as she looked at Harris. The courtroom exploded into whispers and shouts, but for Harris, it was quiet at last. Harris didn't speak, but he didn't need to. He stood, shoulders trembling, and gave a single silent nod. To Ethan, to Sarah, to the truth. It was apology, relief, and justice, all in one gesture. Sarah approached Harris outside the courtroom. "Thank you," she whispered. Harris looked at her, tears streaming down his face, unable to speak but grateful for her faith. Ethan hugged his mother, free at last, their tears mingling with laughter. Judge Morris closed the day with words that would linger. Sometimes silence is not emptiness. Sometimes it's the loudest cry for truth. In the end, everyone learned, truth doesn't always need words. Sometimes silence is the only way to be heard.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.